Hello, everyone. It is speaker number 19 at Markna 2023. I chose Two Little Fishies as as a sponsor to talk about right now. They chose to be a sponsor of Markna about a week ago, maybe a couple days before that, and immediately shipped a box of goodies and supported the event. And those things are in the raffle. The raffle has now risen up to almost $7,400 going to the Coral Restoration Foundation. We made this all happen through WAMUS, the club in DC, who is a nonprofit, to accept that money and move it to another nonprofit, which is CRF. So it's really great how that all worked out. My part of this job was just to get all these speakers on here from around the world. Our next speaker is actually someone from the I'm going to say UAE, which is I'm trying to think how to describe this. Oh, United Emirate of Arabia. I've got it wrong. Let's get Fadi on here because I'm messing it up already. I have been up. I've slept 2 hours right before this event, so I am so wiped out after 19 hours. Hi, Fadi. It's so great to have you on the screen. You are a reefer from Jordan. That part I got right. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, you got this right. I'm from Jordan. I am currently now in UAE, United Arab Emirates, in Dubai specifically.
Okay.
I am now the retail manager at Thinkfish here in Dubai. I'm also co-founded and co-owner for Reef Aquarium shop in Jordan.
That's awesome.
Very happy to talk with you and with everybody all around the world. This has been a very good job from you, Mark. We really appreciated doing this instead of Macna that it didn't happen this year.
Yeah. If it had happened, if there had been a Macna here, would you have flown over to join us in person?
Well, I was really thinking about it
Yeah.
and started to do some planning and but hopefully next year.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to have you come out and do it. I know several people that come from that part of the world to Macna. You probably know some of the same people I know. Adnan, for example, is
Yeah,
he.
yeah,
I ran into him at a Macna years ago on an escalator, as we were just going up, and he was standing, behind me, one step down, and he kind of, I don't know, said excuse me or pulled my shirt or something, and I turned around and he said, "You're Mark Levinson, right?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Milev?" I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "I'm here because you told me to come." And I was like, "That is crazy." And he was like, "You told me, so I'm here." And then he came every year after that. He'd come over with two huge
yeah.
empty suitcases, and he'd fill it up with skimmers and pumps and chemicals and then haul it all back to Saudi Arabia. It was amazing. I was just like, wow. I mean, I was really impressed that I talked to someone from the other side of the planet to come to Macna.
Actually, I will talk about this in my presentation about this hardship we have. Few years ago, we couldn't have anything here locally. We
Yeah.
needed to go travel and bring stuff from aboard and come back to our country to just to have a reef aquarium.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let me start a little about myself and about how I got into the hobby. Uh, I picked this hobby when I was very young from my father. We had a freshwater aquarium, and we had it for several years. Then, when I was like almost 10th grade, at 10th grade, my father just said, "Take this aquarium and take care of it. This is your responsibility now. I will not do it." My father didn't touch it, and this is my whole responsibility. So I started to like save from my allowance and get fish and research fish. Uh, uh, then after that, I seen some saltwater aquariums. If we can start with the first video.
Okay, here's the trick.
Uh,
I did get them all
yeah,
on here, but I can't see file numbers on an iPad. So all I can do is hit a video and hope it's the right one. I mean,
yeah.
I just took the whole batch.
Can you see the name? The name of the video? Can you see
No,
it?
I'll show you what I see. Here we go. This is what I see. So you
Okay.
see that it's just timestamps. I know that doesn't really help you very much. But if we knew like how long each video was, maybe I can figure that out. Maybe I can do the timestamps. Let me look at this. Let me just click one. One is there's gotta be 131. Okay, perfect. I got it. I am prepared. So we'll do this.
Yeah, great.
And these don't
Yeah,
have
this.
sound, so you can talk right over it, right?
Yeah. Nothing have sound.
Okay.
This is city of Aqaba in the Red Sea. When I was young, I always went to the Red Sea to this Aqaba Aquarium, and this is first time I have seen a saltwater aquarium with live corals and marine fish in it. So I was always asking question, why we can't keep this at home? As you can see in this videos, there are some fishes that are never see, ever you can find them except in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba, like this zebra angelfish, like the purple tangs. All these fishes are only in Aqaba. Look at this Napoleon wrasse, very beautiful fish and very large fish. So I started to think why and ask my father and everybody why we don't have like these at our home. So I started to do my research, started asking. I started to get very interested in creating a marine aquarium. So what added to this, Mark, that also we started to go snorkeling and diving in Aqaba. So every time I go to Aqaba, my interest and my love for marine life increase. So eventually, I created a tank
Nice.
in Jordan. Uh, yeah.
You're like, there's still video.
Uh,
You have to keep going. I think that was the end of that one.
Yeah,
Let's see
there's
if we
still
can just
video. Yeah,
go to the
yeah,
next
there's
one and
still
see.
video.
This
Yeah,
should be the next
it's
one.
finished now. Yeah,
Okay.
this is this is the next one. This is from my first dive in Aqaba.
Oh, it's going. Good.
Yeah, this is the first time I see actually the corals, and I get very close to them in
Yeah.
the natural environment. I was very lucky that my first dive was in the Red Sea, so I seen very nice and amazing stuff. Uh, and at 2005, I think, yeah, 2005, I started my first aquarium. Can we stop here? Can we
Sure.
stop
Yeah.
here the video?
You find the pause button. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So at 2005, I started my first marine fish aquarium. It was like a very basic setup. It was a 50 gallon with a basic sump, very simple sump, and very small skimmer. At that time, I couldn't keep corals except few soft corals, SPS, and all these colorful LPS, and these things I couldn't keep at all. I only kept a few fish and the soft corals. Uh, but then in one dive in Aqaba, I seen the emperor angelfish, and then I started to think I want to make. Look at this screenshot. I seen like something like this exactly at sea. Yeah, I wanted an emperor angelfish with a lot of SPS and
Right.
montiporas and acroporas. So I started to plan this. Uh, this tank was in Saudi Arabia. I moved to Saudi Arabia from Jordan to start working in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh specifically. So in Riyadh, I like took a few years off from the hobby and from reef keeping and aquarium keeping in general. Then after that, I started to plan this 180 gallon aquarium. Uh, you can continue with the video
Okay.
now. Yeah. Yeah, the tank dimensions are 180 centimeters or around 64 inches by 24 inches width and height. Uh, the sump is 16 gallon. Dimensions are 39 inches length by 18 inches for both height and width. Uh, yeah, here as you can see the tank is full of fish. It's like overstocked with fish, mainly angel fishes, and few tanks and other fish. And it's SBS dominant. I had a lot of acroporas in this tank, montiporas, a nice collection, and a few LPS here and there.
Hmm.
Yeah, but mostly I was focused on acroporas. Uh, yeah, and
That emperor didn't eat any of your
yeah,
corals? Any
yeah, the
LPS?
same pro
Yeah,
actually.
LPS.
LBS, yes,
Yeah.
LBS.
Okay.
Many LBS got eaten, but
Okay.
like few ones of them, like the blastomosas, the euphilias. Ah, this is the sump.
Yeah.
This is the sump. Yeah. The sump is like I like things to be simple. It started with the first section was just drain, then chaetomorpha.
Yeah.
After the chaetomorpha and refugium, there is a skimmer, protein skimmer, reef
Right.
octopus skimmer, and this is the return pump.
Yeah. I just like how you said
Yeah,
simple and it was like packed with
yeah.
gear.
And, but the aquarium was huge. Did you see? You can go
Yeah.
just a little back.
Yeah, I can try. Hang on.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah, here. Yes, here. Yeah,
Yeah.
we needed like 7 people just to fit it inside its final location inside the
Well, yeah,
house.
because you
So
have
it
that
was
external overflow
very,
box, which makes it really hard, and no one's using suction cups. You're using fingers. That's hard.
yeah,
That's hard.
yeah. And this is the aquarium after we put it. Like
Okay.
it's like
Yeah.
custom made, and it's like
Hmm.
not custom made. Even it's like DIY.
That's what I think. DIY.
It's,
Yeah. Do
yeah,
it yourself.
yeah,
Hmm.
and I painted with black background. This is the
Okay.
overflow. It's an
Yep.
external overflow.
Hmm.
After I filled it and make sure everything is ready, I just added like a acrylic background
Okay.
at the overflow box just to hide the pipes. Yeah,
I,
this is the
I don't know if it's
again.
the same one or not. No, it's a new video. Keep going.
Yeah, it's a new video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the equipment.
Hmm.
The skimmer I had. Can we pause a little? Can we pause a
Sure.
little? It's going faster than me, the video.
No problem.
So basically, the equipment on that tank, I used a Jibao DC pump
Hmm.
uh, with the 1200, 12,000, sorry, liters per hour, roughly 3,000 gallons per hour rate, flow
Yeah.
rate.
Hmm.
The skimmer I used is a Super Reef SRO
There it is.
Reef Octopus. This is the
Hmm.
skimmer. Yeah.
Hmm.
A great skimmer. I loved it. It's still till maybe now it's 10 years old and it's still working.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a very strong and tough skimmer.
You got your
Yeah,
money's worth on that one.
yeah, exactly. For the water flow, I had a lot of flow there.
Yep.
You can see here. This is the two wave pumps.
Yep.
This is on the left side.
Hmm.
They are. I like the waves.
Hmm.
On the left side, there is another wave.
Hmm.
Behind it, there is a gyre.
Yeah.
Okay,
I see that.
and at also at the back here in the center at the back, there is another wave. So you can say roughly I have
Oh yeah.
21,000 gallon per hour flow rate. It's like
Wow.
100 plus
Over time.
times the display. Can we
Right.
stop? Can we stop a little the video?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the flow was crazy on that tank.
Yeah.
I had it to I had to add more flow with years with when the acroporas are growing. Acroporas are growing and they start to block flow between each other and the inner parts. So I had to add more flow and more light with every with tank progressing.
Yeah.
And now for the calcium reactor, I had
Hmm.
this Reef Octopus. I'm a Reef Octopus fan. I like their stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, mostly I like Neptune stuff and Ecotech stuff and Reef Octopus. I try to use them all the time on my
Yeah.
builds. Yeah. Then this is the chiller. Yeah, we in Riyadh we had to use chillers. It's like maybe similar to your
Texas. Yeah.
Texas weather. Yeah,
Yeah. We
we
might be
leave them.
competing at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Next
Yeah,
video.
and yeah, and this is the aquarium was also completely controlled by Apex controller.
Yep.
As I'm also a software engineer, so I like programming and doing coding. I
Yeah.
don't rely much on the wizard. I know the wizards and
Yeah. Yeah.
the task and the Apex Fusion is very helpful. But
Hmm.
I like to write my own code. I'm a
Yeah.
programmer, so
Yep. Makes
I
sense.
have fun doing all this. Yeah, and yeah, this is the gyro controller.
Right.
Okay, and yeah, of course, I had like this bandsaw to
Yes,
fry
I have the
corals,
same
and
one. I use it too.
yeah, and the Neptune
Yep.
Trident also.
Hmm.
I liked it a lot. Um, uh, with those, yeah,
Hmm.
here, if you can see, Mark, please
Yep.
can you pause a little? Yeah, I have a calcium reactor, but
Hmm.
but I travel many times,
Yeah.
so sometimes. Consumption of calcium and alkalinity is getting higher with each day.
Hmm.
So sometimes I'm away for 1 month. I can't
Wow.
tune my calcium reactor
Right.
to fix it. Yeah,
Hmm.
I go to vacation in hometown in Jordan,
Yeah.
so I needed some backup.
Hmm.
So also, as I'm a IT background, also backup is very important.
Sure.
So the first backup was for dosing.
Hmm.
So the Trident always tests, and
Okay.
if there is anything that need to be fixed,
Hmm.
it's integrated with the dose, and those start to fix the any problems that can be there.
So the dose is adding alkalinity and calcium if the calcium reactor can't keep up, or there's a problem with the calcium
Yeah,
reactor. That's what you're doing. Okay.
yeah, well, this is like as a backup. Yeah.
Yes, I understand. I'm just asking what you're adding. Okay. I assumed it's alkalinity and
Yeah,
calcium.
what I'm adding regular two parts:
Yes, that's what I
alkalinity,
thought. Okay.
calcium, sodium carbonate, and calcium chloride.
Right.
That's it. Very basic stuff.
Right. Okay. Next one.
Yeah, this is finished. Yeah, here for salts, I
Hmm.
usually use. I try I try to use all the time tropic marine salts.
Hmm.
I usually use the Pro or symbiotic,
Hmm.
Pro Reef or
Oh, I see
symbiotic.
it. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, the problem here in our region at that time that I can't find all the brands that I need. I prefer these, but
Yeah.
sometimes I find other brands like Red Sea or any other brands, and I just use what I can find.
Yeah.
But for me, I prefer always tropic marine.
Gotcha.
I do a weekly water change of 10%
Okay.
water change weekly. Yeah, using Pro Reef or Symbiotic.
Okay.
I also add sometimes I add or weekly I add the Reef Active.
Okay.
It's like a yeah, like a polymer that makes at first it makes the water cloudy. After
Hmm.
that, it will clear up and be very nice.
Huh.
And all this cloudiness will be like a coral food. The polyp for the SPS will extend and start catching all these particles and eating it.
Yeah, it says
So
it's a food for
it's a nice
bacteria. Hmm. Okay.
yeah. It's like a mix of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the emperor angelfish,
Yeah.
my favorite fish in the aquarium. Yeah.
Hmm. It's pretty.
This one I had it. This is I made a little mistake and added it to one of the first fish to add it to the tank, and it stayed with me. Yeah, I added it like this,
Yeah.
and it started to grow and change color.
Hmm.
Yeah, I seen all this transition from it's like a maybe quarter size to this
Yeah.
full
Much bigger.
adult size to yeah much bigger. Yeah, I kept it for 6 years.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that transitioning from juvenile to adult is amazing. You
It's
can see it.
crazy.
You can see the change day on a daily basis. You
Yeah.
can see some line going, some yellow line going
Yeah.
up, and another white circle disappearing. So yeah, it was very nice.
It really
I,
is
I
nice,
loved this
actually.
fish. Yeah. Other angel is this scribbled angel.
Mm.
It's been added later. And yeah, now let's talk about the angels. This is the one at Happy Angel. This one is one of the reef safest angels.
Mm-hmm.
Also the masked Japanese
Mm-hmm.
Semificatus penicanthus. This one also is a nice fish and a little rarity. This one I like it very much. Venusta angelfish. Yeah, this
It's pretty.
one of my favorites also. It has these amazing colors, and
Yeah.
it's a small one. Yeah, coral
That one looks
beauty, of
big.
course. It's a
Yeah.
classic beauty. Yeah, and this one is a
Tiger.
rusty angel,
Mm.
uh,
Rusty.
flame angel also.
Yeah. That's a good
Yeah,
looking one.
yeah, as you can see, a lot of angels.
Yeah.
And these are also I had this pair of clowns,
Mm-hmm.
snow onyx and the platinum pair, and they keep laying eggs every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And another, these are from the wild, from the Red Sea. I
Wow.
caught them myself in one dive.
Nice.
And this
Good
is
job.
yeah, it's a diamond copy. A copy. You can, if you want to talk about the anything, just pause and ask me.
Okay. No, you're doing fun. I actually had this
Yeah, this
exact
is a
type of
purple
purple
tang
tang
also.
that was about to go
I
away
have,
from the screen. Let's see if I can back up a little bit. I don't
yeah,
know. I don't want to mess this up. Anyway, I'll just hit play. Mine looked like that too, with the dots on the face and the body being solid. I like that look. That most people get the one with the stripes.
yeah, very nice. Yeah, you know this tank is my favorite tank.
Mm-hmm.
I always prefer like the purple tank.
Mm-hmm.
I think also this one with the dotted only comes from some regions, few regions in the Red Sea,
I
so
think it's Red
maybe
Sea
it's hard
also.
to
Yeah,
find.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Red Sea. Yeah, and also I had many wrasses,
Mm-hmm.
flasher wrasses. I like wrasses.
Mm-hmm.
So my favorite fish is the angels. After the angels are the wrasses.
Mm-hmm.
I had many fairy wrasses.
Wow.
This was the alpha male, the pink margin fairy wrasse. This was huge, big size, and this is a leopard wrasse, and this is a six line wrasse. Tiny fish,
Yeah.
tiny fish
Nice.
that makes a lot of problems.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I know. Aggressive.
yeah, it's rare as. And this blue throat trigger also I had it,
Mm-hmm.
and Pliny. Yeah, this one was the easiest fish to photograph.
Yes, of course. Just
It's
sits
there,
there.
yeah.
Yep.
And I have this blotchy, and
Mm-hmm.
yes, and this one also is a red sea fish, the
Mm-hmm.
orchid dottyback.
Yeah.
Also, I caught it from the sea directly. This fish,
Nice.
yeah, and also I had luck with the mandarin, green mandarin. Also,
Right.
it's eating, and yeah. Let's go back to the coral. This photo is like a top down from the tank
Okay.
of the tank. Yeah,
Do you have a
as you can see.
screen top to keep the fish from jumping out?
Yeah, but
You-
even with that, they kept jumping.
He still found a way out, huh? That sounds like
Yeah,
a fish.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I had many corals like this one or a red planet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we sourced it somehow from from the US. You know, it's very hard to get these corals, especially the designer ones. Even at that very long ago,
Mm-hmm.
6 or 7 years ago, very hard to get these corals.
Really?
Yeah, we needed to go either to the US or just wait for somebody who's coming from the US to just
Mm-hmm.
bring these corals with
Right.
them. Yeah.
You got some nice
Uh,
choices.
and,
I'm impressed.
this is a strawberry shortcake,
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorites. This is WWC yellow tips.
Okay.
This is a Bali slimer, a nice one. This is the biggest coral I had in
Yeah,
the
look at
tank.
that.
It
Sticking out of the
reached
water.
it reached out. Yeah, this is during a water change or when I
Right.
turned off the pump. It sticks out of the water. This is a Lucani. This is a nice one.
Yeah, nice.
I like these smooth skin acros, the
Yeah.
deep water ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like them.
Flows. Yeah.
E-flows, yes. Bonsai, a
Mm-hmm.
classic one also. Mostly I like the classic corals.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are classics.
They look great.
Yeah, thank you.
Aw, you even got a little bandit crab.
Yeah, there is this. Now for Monties, I also had many Monties, Monty
Hmm.
caps, like different colors, the red and
Yeah.
green, the purple also, uh, and for just to keep these colors, I had to those many products. I
Hmm.
tried many products. I don't do those them all at the time, but I
Right.
tried many products. My product to go was Acropower. I liked Acropower from
Hmm.
two little fishes. I really liked it. I use it all the time. In addition to this, the Reef Active from Tropic Marine. So
Hmm.
it gave me really good results. Sometimes I also use KZ Caroline Zucht
Hmm.
products. They are also very good for coloring up corals.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
this is season greeting
Hmm.
Monty and cherry tree Monty. This is Mystic Sunset Monty. I had like all types of Monties, many types of Monties I had, and also some bird nests. This one, actually, the green one. Can you go a little
I
to
can
the
try.
back?
Yeah.
This the green bird nest. I got it from our friend Adnan. This one.
Oh, nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
it was maybe one of the first corals that went into the tank.
Oh, that's great.
Uh, like two colors of I have the red one and the green one.
Hmm.
Also,
And this
yeah,
one.
I have the aura bird of
Right.
paradise, and WWC slime ball and acropora also.
Hmm. That's
This one
pretty.
also from Adnan, green
Singapore.
Cosiliphora.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one is the Milka, famous Milka,
Yeah.
Sanjay Milka. Yeah, this is a very nice coral with
Yeah.
the purple. Conipora maybe is the my favorite coral here. I had
Nice.
like many colors of it. Well, yeah, I liked it a lot. This is my favorite LPS coral. I had like at each coral I had a small garden of Conipora, all
Hmm.
attached to one rock, and they started growing on that rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I had some few torches, golden torches,
Hmm.
few hammers. Let's go back to the question you asked me about the angelfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are some plastos. Angelfish, they eat. I tried many corals, and I started to understand their what they favor, what food they favor, and what they eat. So all these LPS I kept, they are mostly safe. They don't touch these corals at all. The
Hmm.
one that were highly risk are the brain-like ones, the brains, the favias, the acans. All these LPS were instantly getting eaten. Yeah, zoas maybe 5 minutes. The frag will be disappeared.
Wow.
If it's a small colony, if it's a small colony,
Yeah.
I've been lucky if I kept it for 1 day or 2 day max.
Yeah.
It instantly will be eaten. I don't know why they love zoas that much.
Yeah. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they taste that good.
Or maybe I'm now developing a theory really because maybe zoas they have like this toxin they
Yeah.
have maybe they got high from it. I don't know. This I'm starting really.
Wow.
I'm not joking really. I'm starting to think like this, but maybe someone needs to do some research about it with some proper labs or something like this.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had also these clams.
Hmm.
What I always hear that angels are not safe with clams. Your clams will be eaten, get eaten. But
Yeah.
really, Mark, the angels they didn't touch the clams. The
Wow.
only the only thing they do when I introduced the clam at first, emperors, not emperor, all angel fish are very curious fish,
Hmm.
and they want to taste everything. So they don't taste the mantles of the clam. They
Hmm.
go to the shell and they start scrapping all the algae from the shell.
Sure.
Actually, actually, I like this because they make my clam shiny and clean from the outside. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then after that, all the algae will be removed, and after that, coralline will grow on the shell.
Right.
And yeah, it's nicer for the clam. And the clam, I had maybe like 5 or 6 clams.
Hmm.
All of them were doing great. No issues with the angelfish.
This is playing, but
Uh,
it's just like a big segment of black for some reason. I don't know if the file didn't come
Really,
through.
we can just
Fast forward.
skip it.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah. We are going back to the angel. This angel actually from you can see the orange tail.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
it's like different from the other angelfish or the emperor
Oh yeah,
angelfish.
this is that one from before. Okay.
Yeah, this is yeah. So the orange tail on the emperor angelfish, it means that it comes from a specific place
Hmm.
in the ocean. You
Okay.
know, if every place like there the fishes there have little variations. So mostly, if you have a orange tail, so it came from Maldives or something near the Maldives.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like the orange tail imports, and usually at retail they fetch a higher price than the other ones with
Hmm.
the regular ones without the orange tail.
All
Yeah,
right. Let me go ahead
well,
and go to
back
the
to the
next one.
angels.
Let's do
Yeah,
this.
for cutie. Yeah, for cutie.
Hmm.
Of course, one of the important things in our hobby in keeping fish is keeping a current tank.
Hmm.
Uh, it's very basic setup. It was just 15 gallons with
Hmm.
heater and hang on the back filter, and that's it. Can you stop here, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I almost guaranteed the 99% of the fish. I quarantine them, except for 2 fish. I will talk about them later. I usually observe. I don't medicate right away. I
Hmm.
observe. Most important is to get the fish to eat before medicating, because all the medication will surpass the fish appetite for food. So maybe we will do it more harm if we started to mitigate right away. uh, so I always make sure that the fish is eating.
Hmm.
Then I start medication. Uh, some of the fish I don't medicate at all if there is no symptoms, but always with tanks. Always with tanks. I dose copper with tanks. Anything else, I just observe and see what's needed and do it. Uh, Maybe the few fishes that I didn't quarantine were the mandarin and
Hmm.
the Gusta angelfish. The mandarin, if it's not captive bred, they are very hard to eat, and they will only eat at first the live buds
Yeah.
from the rock. So keeping it in a quarantine tank, I'll make sure that will die starving to death without
Right.
the buds. So I just add it to the main display directly
Yeah.
with all the rocks. Venusta angelfish also, I put it in the quarantine, but didn't accept any food. And I know it's a very hard fish to keep.
Hmm.
So, and it needs to pick some sponges and live critters from the live rock. So I just dumped it at the tank, and thank to God, it did great without quarantine.
Hmm.
Yeah, uh, and no, that's it for quarantine. This is the Venusta. This one was hiding all the time at first in the caves.
Yeah.
This is one important thing actually with keeping angels, and if you want to keep this many types and many individuals of different angelfish, is to have a lot of caves of different sizes.
Yeah.
Then here, when I introduced the fish to the main display, I just don't dump it like this. I use this box social acclimation,
Yeah.
and the fish stays here for. It depends on the type of the fish. If it's an angel, it will stay maybe for 2 weeks. Angel or tangs, they will stay here in this isolation box for 1 or 2 weeks or more,
Okay.
depending on how the response of the other fish there. Yeah. These are the other tanks I kept. I kept this system for breeding clownfish.
Yeah.
These are all of them are from ORA or clownfish,
Mm-hmm.
black ice clownfish and black Solaris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also I had a section for this pipefish. This section was filled with live rock and ketomorpha. All
Mm-hmm.
these inside one system, the clownfish system, all in one. This is a four partitions. You can see on the left
Yeah.
the yeah, it's filled with ketomorpha. The
Yeah, I
pipefish
see that.
was here, and on the right, this is the my frag tank. I frag corals and put them there.
Yeah.
I used it mainly to keep the zoas here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and the corals that I'm afraid to be get eaten, and also I used to sell some frags
Mm-hmm.
locally. These are my zoas that are kept safe here.
Yeah. It's from the angel.
Mostly also I have this not just to make the frags and sell them, also as a backup. Sometimes I'm afraid that I will lose this colony, I will lose this frag, so I keep a frag of everything here as a backup.
Very smart.
So this is my fish food.
Nice.
Yeah, I mix my own food
And you label
uh,
it.
and I label it. Yeah, and I label it. So yeah, I was feeding this food
Wow.
once or twice daily, and this
Yeah.
is how I make it. I actually made a YouTube video about it.
Okay.
It contains a mix of some grouper fish, shrimps,
Mm-hmm.
shrimps, krill,
Mm-hmm.
many different seafood foods, clams. Yeah, all is grinded on the chorus side of the meat grinder.
Huh.
Yeah, and some scallops. Also, I add some scallops to it. All is grinded like this into. I like them because maybe my fish are a little larger, so I use the chorus sitting on the grinder to have some big chunks
Mm-hmm.
of food. I also add this clams. Clams, the angels goes crazy for the clams, and I
Mm-hmm.
also add some broccoli here.
Really?
So
That's
yeah,
interesting. Okay.
some steamed broccoli. I add it here and
Wow.
mix it. Then I add this seaweed.
Mm.
Also, this seaweed is soaked with silicone and garlic, and then I put it in the mix. I mix it. But now
Mm-hmm.
all this fine or small like krill and mysis, the small foods, I don't grind them. I add them as is in the mix. And this is red plankton also and artemia.
Mm-hmm.
So they are. I think my fish were happy fish with all
Yeah,
this food. Yeah.
because it's everything.
Yeah, yeah. It's really it's good food not just for the fish, also for the corals. There will be like small particles, and especially the red plankton and the artemia and these things. Corals can eat them also.
Yeah.
Also, one of the more important, most important things in keeping all this kind of fish together, and sometimes and what textbooks say that you can't keep two large angels together, you can't keep that much dwarf angels together. Also, this much of tanks in this tank is a lot. So,
Mm-hmm.
feeding them a lot. Can we stop here?
Yeah.
Just. Yeah.
Yep.
So feeding the fish a lot will reduce their aggression toward each other. This is
Mm-hmm.
one of the most important thing. The other important thing is that also I feel that it will keep them away from my corals,
Yeah.
also especially the
Sure.
angels. So yeah, I was relying on heavy food. I
Mm-hmm.
also on a auto feeder. I put some pellets. I don't just want my fish to eat the frozen food and don't accept anything else. So I was feeding the this frozen mix. and also feeding pellets. The pellets is on auto feeder, so also it can be used during my vacation.
So the frozen food. Oh, that's right. After you made the whole bowl, then you put in the flat packs. You make
Yeah,
your
I
own
put it.
flat packs. Okay, I was trying to remember how you
Yes.
did the end of it. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I put it in the flat packs and
And you
into
label
the
it.
freezer, and I label it. Yeah,
I love that you label it. Like now it's official.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Should I hit play?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, yes. I was talking about the challenges in our hobby
Right.
that I need to go and travel. So I traveled a lot of places.
Yeah.
I met very wonderful people, like
Yeah.
you can see from the photos. Yeah, Adnan is here also, or Adnan is here. You
Yeah.
can see that Adnan almost in he's in all the photos almost.
He's
Yeah,
coming to everything. Yeah.
yeah. This one from Bahrain also. So I
Uh huh.
went to Dubai, Bahrain, to Qatar, Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
Jordan. And this is also from Dubai with
Great.
Mr. Saltwater, Mark. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
with Tony Vargas and Davron.
Yeah. I know. I recognize Devron.
Yeah, Maroon, Rabih. And this is from Jordan, from my shop.
Uh huh.
Yeah, these are the Jordanian Reefers.
Nice. Just the seven. Just the seven of you.
Yeah, no, not
That's it. That's all of them. We got them all into one spot.
yeah. Really, at when we started Reefa Morris in Jordan, the
Yeah.
number of reefers were like very little.
This is
Let's talk about Reefa Morris. Yeah, this
sure.
is my shop in Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
This is a display tank. When we started in Reefa Morris, reefers were few in Jordan, and
Mm-hmm.
most of them were people who lived outside the country and went back, or doctors. They wanted something special in their clinics. So the number of people were reefers. They were very limited. After opening the shop, many reefers started to come to the hobby. We at that time in Jordan there was no specialty shop for reef aquariums. We
Mm-hmm.
have the fresh water aquariums, but the specialized with all the high-end equipments, the radions, the Reef Octopus stuff, all these U.S. brands and
Right.
German brands, they were not here in Jordan. So
Mm-hmm.
after we opened and we are now distributor in
Nice.
Jordan and some of the countries around us, like Lebanon, Syria, Iraq,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes Saudi Arabia. It depends on the brand, but we distribute many of our products here in the Arabic region.
Yeah.
Uh, so we are spreading, we are helping in spreading this hobby in
Yeah.
Jordan.
Nice.
Yeah, and this is the display tank. It's the size of it. It's like 3 meters,
Mm-hmm.
3 meters by 90 centimeters by 90 centimeters height and depth.
Okay.
Uh, most of my corals, in when I left Saudi Arabia, most of my corals I brought frags here. You can see some similarities here and there. These are these are the
Yeah.
torches. Yeah. So this is my red dragon. I brought it here. So yeah, and
Nice.
the Sitosa. I brought most of my corals to this tank, and they have started to grow here nicely.
Yeah.
I like the extra space that
Mm-hmm.
it's like 1 meter extra. So I had, and also we started to bring like these fishes, Jim tangs and the Achilles, and even the designer clownfish.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in Jordan ever imported them, and the flame angel. All these are new fish for Jordanian market, and we added them, introduced them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we did some new things for Jordan, and people
Nice.
are happy, starting to enter the hobby more.
All your corals are really colorful and vivid, and they look super healthy. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, thanks. Usually, what we on this tank we are using all tropic marine product. We
Mm-hmm.
are a distributor for tropic marine, so
Yeah. It
we
helps.
need to. Yeah, it helps a lot. Also, we dose KZ products here.
Mm-hmm.
On this tank, we are using baling method,
Mm-hmm.
APC, APC, the three parts.
Right.
They are doing a great job here. Also, the radions are giving an amazing color and growth for the corals.
Are they Gen 6s or Gen 5s?
These are Gen 5 here.
Okay.
We have a bounce mushroom. Also, bounce mushroom in Jordan, maybe maybe there are only 5 pieces in
Hmm.
Jordan of bounce mushroom that we brought. Nobody else knows about it. Yeah. Now, after this is from Thinkfish, where I'm here now.
Hmm.
I started working at Thinkfish recently. This is my second week here.
That's where you're
I'm now
sitting.
the retail. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. And I am now the retail manager in the shop.
Nice.
And yeah, and we are here also. We carry a lot of brands, and soon, hopefully, we will bring Modern Reef to UAE. Modern Reef also have this good reputation, and I see many tanks and corals are doing great with Modern Reef products.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these corals came from the latest Australian shipment, the Akins and the Power Bankies,
Yeah.
and these are elegant corals.
Hmm.
The, on the side, you can see the plastic. I forget the scolies, the
Yeah.
Australian scolies. Yeah, yeah, and this one, or anti
Yeah.
tile fish. This is a rare fish.
That's
Yeah,
what I
very
thought. The
nice.
tilefish. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, tile fish. Yes.
Well, it seems like you can get all the same stuff we get. It's not so hard for you. What can you not get? Is it hard to get invertebrates, maybe? The cleanup crew? Is that something hard for you, or
Let me
no?
tell you. Let me tell you. It's nowadays it's getting easier
Hmm.
because there are more reefers, more access. The internet make everything available.
Hmm.
We you just need the right people to order stuff.
Hmm.
For me, maybe from also my connection with and friendship and visits with all these rivers coming from the US. I built a network with river experts, so it's easier to reach to the high end suppliers of these things.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started. Can we stop here?
I paused it. Yep, I get it.
Yeah. So we had access. We had a lot. We had access to many suppliers, and we started in good relationship with them, and
Hmm.
we started to import all these things. But if you come like 6 or 7 years back, these can't be found here
Hmm.
in
Right.
our Arabic region. Now things are getting different.
Hmm. Ready?
Yeah, ready. This is about diving.
Hmm.
I like diving.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I usually dive. I'm very lucky to have the Red Sea as my backyard.
Yeah.
This is in Sharm el Sheikh. I took my PADI certificate in Sharm el Sheikh. Then I started diving. I try to dive as much as I can until Corona came, COVID.
Yep.
Yeah, after COVID, to be honest with you, I had to like do a refresher dive and do
Yeah.
all this stuff, so I got lazy.
Yeah.
So after COVID, I converted to snorkel only.
Oh.
For me snorkeling, it's easier and like it's faster to get in and out of the water quickly.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm just interested in seeing the corals in the shallow areas. So going deep, the more the depth, the less coral you will see.
Right.
So yeah, so snorkeling for me is enough.
Hmm.
Yeah, so this one is in Aqaba, also in Jordan.
Hmm.
I also went many times to Sharm el Sheikh and to in Egypt, and also in Jeddah. I had a few dives and snorkels. Yeah, the Red Sea is amazing with all these corals, and yeah, this is in Aqaba also.
Hmm.
Red Sea is amazing with all the kind of corals and fish that you can't find them anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the fish. Corals, yeah, I know there are some places like Great Barrier Reef and Indonesia. You can find some amazing colors of corals, but for fish, sometimes there are some kind of fish that you can find else except in the Red Sea. The clams also in the Red Sea are amazing.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is in Jeddah. This is in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah.
Hmm.
Yes, there I see maybe in Jeddah. I seen the healthiest reefs because maybe there is not a lot of tourism there,
Hmm.
but they are like clean reefs, not damaged. And also, we have like this, this regal angelfish. What makes it different than other regals all over the world? The yellow belly. They
Hmm.
have this yellow belly that is unique. That
Yeah.
is, you can't find it in other countries.
Yeah.
And actually, with each dive,
Hmm.
with each dive in the Red Sea, I see a pair or or more in there. Okay.
You ready? Okay.
Yes. Oh, this is the Maldives. Yeah, I went to the Maldives a few months ago, less than 2 months ago. And the Maldives is a diver dream for everyone.
Yeah.
Amazing reefs, amazing fish.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of fish there. Uh, the islands, the water,
Nice
everything.
footage.
If everything is about it is great.
Look at the sand. Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, very beautiful. It's
Wow.
like a piece of heaven.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
when I wanted to lift, I like kept a part of my heart there. I kept it there, and
Yeah.
no, I don't want to leave.
Right.
This is the reef. Yeah, this is the reef there.
Yeah.
They have like this amazing
Hmm.
quantities of tanks,
Right.
especially the powder blue tanks. They have a lot of powder blue tanks,
Hmm.
nasos, blonde nasos,
Hmm.
a lot of acros and psiliporas, a lot of butterflies,
Hmm.
uh, triggers. I've seen many triggers, uh, like this one, also the Picasso. Butterflies, a lot of species of butterflies you can find there. Acros are big colonies and healthy. Uh, Really, it, anybody who's into diving or snorkeling, he needs to go to the Maldives. Wrasses, a lot of wrasses, and this pair of powder blues that are mating.
Hmm.
Niger triggers. This is just in one spot.
Yeah.
Just only in the house reef. This is the lagoon where the villas are. This is like it's a
Hmm.
little different environment than the house reef. This one is very shallow, but you
Hmm.
find other fish that can't be found there. You can
Hmm.
find. I found here clams. It's not in the house reef. The clams. It's inside this rappel area in this lagoon. Also, there are some corals there, but they are like small and scattered.
Hmm.
Also, I found eel here, a moray
Yeah. I
eel
see that.
between the rubbles. Yeah, this is the largest acro I found in that
Hmm.
area, the lagoon. What's nice about the lagoon? It's like it's not very deep. It's maximum. It's 1/2 meter depth.
Hmm.
There are a lot of Moorish idols there, and I found this emperor also. This is the orange tail emperor
Is that the
that
same
can
one? You just
only
caught it and grabbed it and took it home?
no. Yeah, this one maybe we played hide and seek
Yeah.
maybe for half an hour
Oh.
until I had to get few decent shots.
Right.
Uh, yeah, it escapes but comes again to defend its territory.
Sure.
Then and start grunting, then
Yep.
go back and hide. And yeah, great personality. That's some of the things that make the emperor angelfish one of my favorite fish of all
Yeah.
time.
It's nice.
Yeah, yeah, and also I swim with baby sharks.
Hmm.
This is in the lagoon also. These are very small, maybe less than some of them reach to uh, half a meter to 1 meter max
Right.
only. And they are shy and they are scared of me.
Hmm.
They just run and I start to follow them just to take some photos.
That was it,
And
I think. Yep. That was it.
yeah,
Fadi,
that's it.
thank you so much for sharing all that with us. That was really nice. And it was nice seeing your beautiful, healthy corals and those fat fish. I really appreciate having you come on to Mark and kind of give us a view of what it's like in your part of the world, because everyone just does things differently, but actually it seems like you do a lot of what we do over here. It doesn't seem like you're struggling at all now, but in the
No,
past it
yeah,
was harder.
but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the past.
So,
In the past, I had to like drive to Dubai or to Bahrain like 1,000 kilos or more just to get a frag.
yeah, that's a long drive.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to wrap up because we have another speaker coming on, and we really appreciate what you shared with us today. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Guys, we're going to go ahead and end this stream because we're going to start the next one with Paul Myers from the Great Barrier Reef Legacy Project. So don't miss that one. That's going to be a great one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay awake, but I'm going to try. All right, guys.
Thank you, Mark. Bye.
Thank you.